Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Sherry's Leaves. I'm Sherry, and if you've been here before, you humble me for coming back. And if you're new, welcome. My channel's all about my plant collection. Most of the time you see me in front of my anthuriums. Today you're going to see me under anthuriums, and you got monsteras and you got begonias, but today we're going to focus on Hoya. So if you have not seen my previous Hoya videos for 2025, I will link them in the description. You really should check out what I've done with them this year and see where we're going to be as of today, if you want to see the transition and what I've done. I don't see many people with Hoya do what I have done. I have seen one person, one planting channel, just kind of start doing it, and I've encouraged her to do it because it's phenomenal growth with what I'm seeing, at least for myself. I'm not a huge Hoya girl fan, but I've owned 3. And the 3 that I have, 2 of them I really like. I've always wanted, and I'll show it to you, I haven't showed it yet, but I've always wanted the Sarawak Hoya, if I'm saying that right. They're big, beautiful leaves, dark green, luscious looking, and I'm all about the leaves. However, the one that I ended up buying was this one. And this is Hoya Sarawak Cream. Now, the lights aren't going to do justice with this. Let me turn on my side view here. No, I don't want a camera. I want video. I've been doing this, and it's been a positive feedback from you all, so I want to keep up with that. So this is the cream. Now, as you can see, the leaves are a lot lighter, and I'm not a big fan of this. I'll turn it to the side too. I did repot it, of course, when I got it. I bought this early July, if my memory serves, because then I went on a 4-week plant ban, and I bought this prior to that, and because I wanted I wanted the Sarawak. I have not taken it off the trellis that came with, which is this. It's not bad. This isn't bad, but this isn't what I like. I don't care much for, and it's darker over here, but I don't care much for these leaves. I'm not sure if this is how it's supposed to look. I guess it is, because it hasn't changed 1 iota since I've owned it. They're just not great. And when I unpotted this, she had coco-coir all as the mix, and I couldn't get all that schmuck off. Pardon my words. Hopefully I don't get scolded by YouTube. But I couldn't get it all off, and I put it in my tree fern mix when I got it to the point where I felt like it was good enough. But honestly, what I really want to do is take it out of here and do exactly what I did with these others and see what she gives me. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that today, but I'll think about it as we go. So, but that's how she is. Back under here, she is growing some now. I do notice that we're getting an extra A little leaf up there, which is nice. Now, this one, so can you see me? Okay, so this is the first one that I redid, and this is my Hoya Wilbur Graves Russia. My two original leaves are right here. So this one here and this one here. They're the best leaves that there are. I mean, I expected the Russia of this plant, but it is what it is. Sorry. They're narrow. And they're nothing like the mother leaf. And I'm like, I don't understand why that is. They've never grown wider, none of them. It's only the first two leaves here that you see that actually are decent looking. So, but here's the thing. So I love it. I cut it all back. And you can see all the tendrils that are growing from all these new little pieces that I cut off the plant originally. I noticed that there's roots coming out, so she's outgrowing this pot. The original one is, and I really need to do something about that as well. But today's was not to repot these plants. I really don't want to be in soil today, guys. Yesterday, I did a lot of plant chores, and on my anthuriums, I filled up a lot of my planters with more tree fern to cover up their roots. This one really needs to be done. I don't know if you can see in here. I don't think you can. But I don't think you can see here, it's too dark. But you see in there, that right there, it's the roots. And what I think's happening is it could be the weight is pulling it out because this is attached to the mother plant. So one of the things I wanted to do today, and I didn't, and this is the main reason I cut it, is I didn't want trellis. However, without the trellis, what I'm finding is these leaves take forever to grow and they are sparse. So if you look here, that they're big long sections. You get a leaf and it's not big at all. Where before I cut it and it was on a trellis, I was getting leaf after leaf after leaf after leaf, but even this one isn't that great. So, because all of these came from those extensions, okay, that I cut. So what I think I'm going to do for today with this plant is I want to put it on a trellis. I'm not sure what or how, or, I mean, because they're crazy looking. But I just want to put it up on a trellis for now and see, one, how it does in a couple of months if the leaves start filling in. Because once they fill in, I'm going to chop it again. I'm going to up pot her into a bigger pot and do the same thing I've been doing to a point where if I get to a point where it's big and luscious, then I'll probably just start chopping them, and then, I don't know, probably giving them to my mom or somebody if they want them. But there's going to be a point where I probably won't want to keep doing this, because I really like them small, but I really wanted it hanging, but the leaves are just so small. And I know they like to be up, you know? So it's just a crapshoot, you know. It's a crapshoot. I need to get some clips. I forgot to get my clip. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this, so I don't know where most of my clips are. I'm hoping I have them in here. What are you doing, Butch? My dog. He's sniffing. I got a mess in here. I really need to redo this plant box I have. No, I have more than that. All right, so on this one, what's going on? I don't think we want to put it up here because I have that side view. What's going on? Yeah? What's going on? He likes to come visit when we do videos. Trellis. I was going to do this one because this one, I think if I remember, 16 inches. But I have no idea how this is going to work because they all need to be partakers of this trellis. That might be all right. Wait, now there's a rule that I forget. You're supposed to wrap them a certain way. So I feel like it's the opposite of your clock. So let's get them all started. And if I'm wrong, please let me know and I will retrellis. So I'm gonna put this guy here. Honestly, I think what I'll do is start with the biggest. And I'm sorry for, is this going to be any better? I don't feel like that it would. If I turn that, see, I don't think that helps. I think if, yeah, that doesn't help. You have a dark shadow over you on this side. I'll be back. That's better. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I learn as I go. Now, we do not need to sniff the plant box, okay? There's bad things that go on in there, like micro-rhizome garbage, gross stuff like that. Okay? All right, so what was I don't remember what I was saying. So if I want to do this one, he's got some leaves started. Problem here, I feel like, is sharing a trellis is probably not going to be something they like. But that's not my problem. It's not yet. I know they don't like going down. So it's like, so really, someone explained to me, right? we put them on a trellis, but they don't like going down. But yet it's going down. I mean, that's the only direction you have, unless you have a circle one, which I do. I have this one, but the problem I have with circle ones is when you take it out, they're all wrapped in this circle, kind of almost like a weed almost. And it's really hard to decouple those vines. So that said, I'm going to leave that way. And this is way over here. So I think I will leave yeah, I don't know. This is going to be weird. I have no idea what I'm doing. Sometimes when you do like I do, so take it for a grain of salt. It did work out the way I wanted it, but now look at me. I have no idea. I have no idea, like, is this even going to work? It's not ideal. It's not gorgeous by all means, but it wasn't before either. I don't care for all those crazy little vines, but yeah, see, that's not very attractive, is it? But that's not the point, right? The point here is I want the leaves to grow larger, and I really want these things to be more under control. And I know that they will be happier for it because they really dislike not being, I can tell they hate flopping. Every place I've had this thing, they're sticking up and it refuses to touch the floor. Like I had it back here at one point and it was like an inch off the floor, this thing, and it just did not want anywhere to be close to the floor. It's so odd to me. So this, I know this will die if I keep it down, and I don't want it to die. So I think I'm just gonna leave it hang like this one up here, and we'll just put a little guy up there. And then when this one grows, I'll just put it to the side. And I also have one here, as you can see, I could probably go ahead and move it over here so it starts crawling like that. We'll see. So that's that one. And it's not bad. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. And while I have it this way, you can probably see now a little better in here. Do you see those roots? I need to cover those. That's really bothering me. So, think on it. Do I have it? I feel like I have it. Oh, I do have it. Yes. Yes, guys. Because I was going to... I may have some fungal issues on one of my anthurium. I treated it and I'm not seeing the issue now, and I was going to repot it into no drainage, but I haven't really decided yet if that's what I want to do. So that's why this is here. I need gloves because... Well, hi, we have Missy here now. I come over to Shy. Come see everybody. Yeah, this is Sissy. We call her Sissy. Her real name's Missy. Yeah, this is Big Boy's sister. She says I was first coming out and he was last, and I am the boss. Okay. I am the boss, and he knows this. Yeah, yeah. Here he comes. Now, Missy tends to be more my husband's dog, and Big Boy is more my dog, because I don't know, that's just the way it rolls. She's very energetic, and Daddy takes them places, and Mommy's very lazy. Well, I'm better, I'm not as lazy, and Booby likes that. And I'm in the feeder, as Jeff would say. Yes, oh yes. All right, you babies. Now, Mommy's busy. I've spent, so I've been off work. This is, and I know I'm going to put the ticker up, but I usually like to say today's date. Today's August 31st. This is Labor Day weekend, and I've been off since Thursday, and it has been a godsend. I mean, I have just enjoyed myself so much by sitting around and being here with the dogs and being lazy, doing whatever I want. If I want to take a nap, I've been taking a nap. If I want to do plant chores, I do plant chores. If I don't want to do plant chores, then I wait. I go to the gym when I want. It's just, you know, the older you get and the closer to retirement you get, the more you appreciate your life. I know I have, and I am loving this weekend. I've slept longer. I actually slept, I think my watch told me I slept over 7 hours, maybe 7 hours and 45 minutes, which I don't sleep like that. I usually average 6 hours a week or a night, I guess is what my watch says. My watch says this year I'm less than last year. I think last year it showed me at 6 hours 45 minutes. I looked this morning, and this year it's 6 hours 25 minutes a night. Not a lot of sleep, but my quality of sleep has improved greatly this year, and I count that just for time management for me. Not bringing work home, not working over, not making work everything. I went 410s 2 years ago, and I liked it, but I think it was after Memorial Weekend this year, I went back to 8 hours because I was getting up on office days anywhere between 2 and 3 a.m. every day. And those were 3 days a week, office days. I had 1 day a week I get to work from home. And the office days always brought more stress because I knew with my diabetes, I have a certain regimen that I have to do. I have to get up. As soon as I get up, my insulin, or not my insulin, but my glucose goes really high. I have coffee, it goes higher. And then I inject my insulin immediately before I eat. And I wait until I go to a downward slope using my CGM. And that allows me to eat my oatmeal and my banana, my cinnamon, I think I have, and I have a couple peanuts in there. And that's my breakfast. But it takes a lot of time. I mean, I can wait sometimes 2 hours for 10 units of insulin to go through my bloodstream. And that's a long time, guys. It's a long time. And so when I was doing the 410s, my mind mentally said, well, you got to get up early. You got to get up early. So, and I was okay with getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. The problem was I was dead beat by the time I got home. I didn't get to enjoy my family, my husband and my dogs. I didn't want to exercise. I wanted to be in bed by 8 if possible. And if I wasn't in bed by 8, it was usually 9. And then I'm exhausted then the next day turning it around, you know? So I decided in Memorial Weekend to go back to 5 days a week, which has helped my sleeping so much because now there's no pressure. And I'm also choose to work 8 to 4. And my boss is okay with that. I've been there for 20 years and they know my work ethic. They know that how much work I get done. So that's never a thing with them. And yeah, so that's really helped my quality of sleep because I don't really have pressure anymore. I don't mind getting up at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is better than 2 or 3 a.m. Sometimes I still get up that early. That's just the way my body works. But on these long weekends, if I slept in till 6 o'clock in the morning the last 2 days and gotten over 7 hours sleep, I know for a fact if I didn't work, I will be able to sleep better. Now that's a mental game too. If you're not working, if I'm not working, I need to work and I want to work, but I would love to go like part-time. I really would. Having a 4-day week would be wonderful at this age, but we'll see. All right, so I think I've got everything filled in. So see how much better that looks? Glad I added that light. Plus it's starting to get lighter outside, which is helping. This is crazy. I didn't realize like all these, I didn't really think about these vines being an issue when I chopped this plant. I think I'm gonna go ahead and move him over this direction. He can find his way like that. Yeah. It'll work itself out. But I think that looks better. And it's going to be happier now that I covered the root. And I usually keep him up here. Oh! That's hard to do. Actually, I don't keep plants usually anywhere. I move plants constantly. And if you watch my videos on a regular basis, you're going to know that that Pallidiflorum and that begonia don't belong here. Or you're going to know that this has changed back here. But these guys, I'm not sure where I want my begonia. It usually sits in the kitchen in front of the kitchen window. And our refrigerator broke down this past week, and so we bought a little refrigerator until our new one came, and I moved the begonia from his spot in the window to in here by my anthuriums, and I really like it. I like looking at him every day, even though I can look at him every day in the kitchen, but I honestly have a hard time figuring out what light these plants really want. I know my Pallidiflorum insists on being here in the corner because that's where I moved him from, and he's given me one leaf since I moved him, and it was an ugly leaf because it wasn't happy. He sat too long. And the leaf he's working on now has been sitting for 2 months. But since I moved him, he's only been there since Thursday, maybe Friday I moved him. I don't remember. And it's already looks longer. I mean, so I just don't know. I'm always changing them. And that's fine because I enjoy that. This is my, as Charmaine created this, and at least this is the first time I've heard it, and she's dead on. Plant care equals self-care. And that is exactly how I think of my plants. Now, look at this guy. The video, of course, is linked, and I chopped this one up, and I never lost one cutting except for the new growth. So I had a new growth that was still red and thin like this one. And I watered him yesterday, so he's wet. So anyways, I digress. I didn't lose one cutting. And this is what it looks like. They all are rooted, and they're all pushing out new growth of some kind. So these are the original. So this is original right here. This one is original right here. This is a cutting. This is a cutting. This is a cutting. Oh, I can't get in there. This is a cutting. This is a cutting. And this is a cutting. All of them except for this one. I don't see any growth happening here, and it could be because he's covered. But he'll figure himself out. This one's got growth. This one's got growth. This one's got growth. Oops. So this thing's loving life, which makes me happy because I don't have any changes for that today. I just wanted to show it to you. This one is, once these get too long, once this gets too long, or if they get lanky, which so far I'm not, I mean, this one's a little lanky. This is coming from the real, I say real, but the mother plant. This one's coming from a child plant that I cut, so it's not as robust. But I'll probably eventually add these onto a trellis like this other one, and we'll just keep doing the same thing. But I just wanted to share the update, and it's only been, so this is the 31st, right? What did I say to, I don't remember. I mean, we're looking here at about 2 months. I uploaded the video August 1st, and I'm usually 2 to 4 weeks ahead of schedule. So we're looking at the first part of August or July when I actually cut this. So in 2 months' time, it's filled in and rooted, and it's loving life. Yeah, are you going to smell this, Sherry? I don't think so. He's in front of you. You can't see him. He's peeking his head through here. So this one is pretty impressive, and I just love the color. I love the color of this plant. I think she's beautiful. And again, that'll be linked in the description. Now, she likes 100% light. That one does not. That one burns, or I don't like the color of it when it gets too much light. So let's talk about this one. I definitely think I want it off this trellis, and I really want, but I think the leaves are too big for this pot. And I only have one other pot that I could put it in, like this one. That's wide. Do I want to do that? I don't know. These leaves just are so weird to me. My legs are going to sleep. I'm going to take it off the trellis because I just want to. I don't like this trellis. I never did. Now I could be in trouble because I don't know if roots are around it. I don't know anything. I forget. But oh boy, yeah. This looks like to be all wrapped around. This is why, guys, I was saying I don't want to use a circle one. Because see, now all of these are entwined like this. And I'll have to cut off this top one for sure. And I may have to cut more to get this off, but I can't swear to it. This, I think I only have to cut one, which is okay because honestly, I didn't, this top part here is not great. It is now finally starting to do a shoot right there. But I can't, I'm gonna cut, maybe if I just cut off this leaf because it is busted anyways. Let's just try that. Try to be gentle here. I don't want the new growth to, there we go. All right. All right, so I see what they did here. So it looks like we've got two. And then what we got going on here? It looks like they've buried this one down into, or what is going on? I don't know if you can see this, but this here is buried. It's buried right in here. And it's attached. It's almost like it made roots for itself. But it's completely bare from here all the way up to here. So you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to get rid of it. There's no reason to have this, and I mean, I see no purpose. Uh-oh, it's gone squirrely on me. Come back. Come back, I'm up here. Come back, what's happening? Oh, sorry about that, guys. Couldn't find my face, so it's what it does. So I'm gonna take that through. There, it wasn't too painful. Now, can I get it out? There we go. So, yeah, I'm just not a fan of the bamboo at all. I'm not a fan of any trellis, but I'm definitely not a fan of that. So now let's take a look what we got. So what I could do here is I know that this situation here I don't like, all this coco-coir. So I've got one option. I can repot this and try to get more of that off now that it's been acclimated for weeks. Or I could cut this and put it inside of here and let it grow like I have been doing. But I feel like the best thing I could do for this plant is to get that yucca coco-coir off its roots. But I remember it was bad. I don't think I can get it off. I mean, there's some right here. I don't think I can get it off without cutting a lot of its roots. And I really don't want to do that. So what I think I will do is try to let me think about it a second. I could put this one up because it's not really great. It's not very big, you know what I mean? But I don't want to waste space. Yeah, I don't know. So if I look at this, I have 1, 2 that could be buried. It means I will lose, I could use this one, I could cut this one and also bury that one, but I'm not a fan of what this looks like. So let's do this. All right. So I'm going to chop here. And then here. And then here. And I don't know if I'll be keeping this. You can see here it's got an offshoot. And it's also got one growing here. So I think I'm going to cut this one. I forgot about the little yucca schmucks that they drip. Forgot. Attack of the scissors. The thing I don't like about these is when I use them, see how it closes? I don't like that. I don't recommend these scissors at all. Now, I don't want to keep this. I do want to keep this top leaf. So, what I might do here, can I do a trellis with this one? Maybe. I don't know if it's worth it, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna hold off on that. This trellis has never been one that I like. It's pretty, but it's a real pain in the rump, honestly. It's not, to me, it's just not very good. All right, so I'm going to let these sit for about 10 minutes. I'm going to not keep this one. This one I'm keeping. I think I'm just going to chop these while I'm at it. And then I'm going to go to the garage and get my other pot. So I think I'm going to do. I'll be back. All right, so I have decided we shall look at the roots, try to get this into a different pot, and try to get this coco-coir out of it. I don't like having to do that at all, but it is what it is. Now, just loosen this up. When I planted this, I have about I would say an inch around here where it's just my soil on the sides, and then it's the coco-coir all in the middle. I just hope that I can get that off. But I don't think I'm going to be able to, not without really cutting off a lot of roots. I just don't know why. I don't know. You know, I bought this from Rare Plant Foliage, and she usually does a great job, but I feel like what's happening with her shop is she's on so many, she's promoting herself so much that the quality is starting to lack a little bit. This is one of them, and my lemon lime was one as well. And I have not had a video on that one yet, which I really need to do. So I just, you know, and I understand it's her business. And they need to sell. I get that. But when your quality of plants start lacking, I, for one, will stop coming back. But so far, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, I haven't decided not to keep buying from her. I'm going to give her more chances because I really like her and I trust her. But she doesn't raise these plants. She buys these plants, wholesalers, and so it's really not her potting them up this way. But I don't remember it. Like most of the ones that I've gotten, I know that she's actually done before, like in early on. So I don't know. Everybody changes over time. Oh boy, this thing. It's a lot heavier than I imagined. I don't know why I don't have two gloves on. I think it's stuck, guys. I don't see it coming out of the hole at the bottom, but okay, here we go. So it's really wet because I watered it yesterday. Maybe that'll help me. But here's all of my stuff. I might be able to use it. But I don't really want that coco-coir coming back in, and I see a lot of it in there. Get another glove. Bubs, what is it? What is it, Bubs? Because you're not happy with me. They're never happy with me unless we're actually out WALKing, and then I do that, and then they're still not happy with me because they forget that they went on a WALK. Dogs are crazy. Yeah, look at all of that. I mean, this stuff is just disgusting to me because I watered this, and the only thing that's wet is my substrate. I mean, can you see that in this? I mean, look at that. It's just, I mean, that coco-coir is disgusting. I don't like it, never have. Close your eyes if you don't like roots being poked at. I'm trying not to get to roots, but obviously it's gonna happen. I mean, this is just, it's disgusting. It's more coco-coir than it is roots. Glad I moved this light over. It really is helpful. I mean, it's just embedded in this stuff. I've never seen a plant's never come to me this way before. So anyone who doesn't know, is this kind of coco-coir, if it wasn't buffered, can take nutrients away from the plant, which is the main reason why I've never used coco-coir. And I really hated keeping this in this, but I mean, it's so covered. Again, I don't know where I'm coming or going on this plant. What is it, Blubs? You were already outside. I know this. There's just tomfoolery going on here. Do you see him in the corner? There's just tomfoolery going on here. I think you're bored. I think that you just want mommy up. I don't think there's any issues here at hand. He says, I'll just lay down and turn my back to you. There's no issues at all. Yeah, so anyone who wants one of these plants, if you like this color, the cream, then get it. But I wish I would have paid more attention to, I mean, on those lives, you can't really pay attention. You have a couple seconds before you buy a plant. And of course, once again, grower's choice. You don't know what you're going to get. And I've already gone on that rant, so I won't rant again. But, you know, you don't know what you're going to get. And these leaves just, to me, aren't the Sarawak that I wanted. This is a mess. See that? And yes, anyone watching this, I do know that there's potential here and really harming this plant, and I hate that, I'm sorry, but I need to get off as much as I can. And there's, quite frankly, this is way too much root anyways for this to keep this plant alive. I keep leaves like this alive without roots, okay? I can grow this leaf into a plant, so I'm not real concerned about it. I don't want this in my pot. I watched part of this weekend. I watched a 6-hour marathon from Sydney Plant Guy on his anthuriums, and I thought of him just now because how rough he is. How rough he is on repots. And now I'm looking at myself here and I'm thinking, you guys are probably thinking the same thing. Man, she's rough on her repots. Only this one. Only this one, okay? Only this one. Just gotta get this stuff out. And I just think a lot of this is this gross coco-coir that they put in here. I mean, when I get my fingers in here, that is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the chips. Like this big thing here. There's some root in there, but that is more of this cocoa garbage than there is the root. And the roots are hanging on just fine. These are really strong roots, actually. See, this is the kind of crap. Whoops, we're getting off. I should have done this when I first potted it up, but I wasn't sure how much I could do with it without hurting it. And I thought moss was bad, but I can get moss out easier than this coco-coir. I mean, literally, they put it all in this coco-coir, guys. Have you seen that before? Have you gotten a plant and it's all in this gross coco-coir? Let me know in the comments. I'd be curious. I'm getting a lot of it out. Looks like 2 plants are here. We've got an offshoot of one, it looks like. These 2, and it's amazing what you find out as you dig through here on your plants. It just makes me happy that I did. No reason to have all this mess in your pot. So what I think I'm gonna do here, guys, let's keep pulling, I guess, getting this stuff out. I was gonna cut some of this root off, which I probably will, but I wanna separate these two first. Fascinates me how, and I should know this because I watch a lot of Plant by Melissa. She has her own shop and she grows her own plants. So everything she sells are plants that she's done exactly like this. She doesn't use this garbage. What I mean to say is she chops and props her plants, and then the children become what she sells. But she takes very good care of them, unlike the person that I'll say Yibo bought this from. So we're getting real close here. I'm going to rinse off this with the hose, and then we will be closer to being done. Yeah. So you see, guys, you don't need to keep all of that crap that comes with it. Honestly, and this is probably even overboard, but I'm going to keep what's left because I see these are the roots for this plant. And then this one, what we got? Some more chips. This pot that I brought in may be perfect because these leaves are going to need room to grow more of together. So there's that one. So you see here, this was all by himself. He's got his own root. All of this schmuck was on those roots. Sorry, I said schmuck again. But that's all coco-coir and a little bit of charcoal, but most of that is all coco-coir, guys. Nasty stuff. It's fine if you want to use coco-coir with other ingredients, but not all coco-coir. Like mollies, I don't use mollies anymore because I feel like, well, it's because it had coco-coir in it. Again, but mollies at least is usable. It's good. I like it. And other than the fact they use coco-coir. Okay. Now, I'm gonna put this in here. Might as well rinse off all of these for the fun of it. I'm going to throw this out and we will be back in a second. Let my dog out. I think this is going to be so much better, guys. I mean, when you think about this plant was supporting the rest of the plant with that coco-coir covering its roots, I have to believe it was malnutritioned. And it didn't matter what I did, I don't think these leaves would have gotten any better, but I guess time will tell, so we'll see. Now, thirsty. So I have something fun here. Rather than using a whole bunch of, oh, here's my pot. Okay, oh, you can see it. So this is another circle pot like I used with my Lisa. So as you can see here, right, circle pot, circle pot, circle pot. This one's bigger, which will be helpful for the leaves. But I bought just this week, I've been wanting to buy netting, although I don't need it for this size, but you can have nettings in these squares and cut your own circles in them. And now I don't need it for this one, but I just wanted to show it to you. I'm going to start using that at the bottom of my pots, I think, when the holes are too big and my leca balls fall through all the time. So I'm going to start using those. But for this one, my mom gave me her 100 mesh pads that she bought. They're the same kind that I used, and I just ran out of them. And she's like, you can have mine. I don't use them. So this will be perfect. So you can see there's only one little hole, which I hate. If I had a drill, I would put more in here, but I don't. So then I put leca in here to help for the drainage. And it's going to be loud because, once again, I still don't have a mic. And I doubt if I will, just to be honest, until something changes hardware-wise with the phone. So I think that's plenty. I'll do a little more. I don't like wasting my leca. My anthuriums like it. So as you can see here, I've got a lot extra in here, but there's coco-coir in here. I don't know how much. Might not be too much, but I'm thinking of reusing this because it's mostly, like I say, it's all mine, except I do see, or I did see, some cocoa chips. So I think I'm just gonna plop, take out what cocoa chips I see. Yeah, it might be too many of them, guys. I don't know. I am not interested in that. All right. I didn't spend all that time putting it back in, you know? Yeah, I'm not gonna use it. Just not. Okay. Yeah. Yuck. Let's just take it back out. Take out what I can here. I do see some in there. Not a smart move on my part. All right. So, ooh, I should have brought a towel once again. I did not. Amazing how dirty I get these repots. So I use the same mix that I use in all my plants. The only difference is this version is less there's less big chunks of perlite. There's no big chunks except for what I didn't get out. And just small perlite. Some bark is in here, some charcoal, but that's fine. I'm just happy that they all like the same mix. It makes my life easier, that's for sure. They love tree fern fiber and the peat moss, organic peat moss I use. So, all right, let's get the rooted ones. The problem here is, see how tall these guys can be? I mean, it's hitting the leca right now. That's okay. I think what I'll do is put them in the middle. I could chop, actually I think I will, chop some of this long. Doesn't need to be there. And you're gonna notice, like, I'm just kind of like haphazardly, I put these guys in. This guy can be chopped too. They figure themselves out. Definitely gonna have to, I'll be watering it when I'm done. Because you want to have, when you do this, you need to keep it overwatered so the roots grow, and then keep it under a very bright light that's heated, like these, up close to the lights, like I did with my Lisa. They need lots of light to grow those roots, but they need a lot of moisture to grow those roots, especially when they don't have any. What I think I'll do there is maybe stick that right there so I can grow up it. Oops. I don't know. Just winging it. So it's so nice out. I mean, you can't get more perfect right now as autumn approaches. Usually, August is our hottest month, or one of them. July and August, and August has been really nice. Oh, I got hair on my nose. It's been very nice, and I hope that we can have We had a decent winter last year, but it's so cold. The cold is okay, but what really bothers me is the lack of humidity in my house, because my skin, like the poor plants, I mean, they've got nothing, you know? And growing in ambient, that's what happens. I'm just gonna put these guys in. And some of these they may not take. But we'll see. Like I said, on my other ones, they did really well. And I believe they will do the same. I feel like I could cut this some. You don't want them too long. I mean, you can if your pot's long enough, but mine's not. It's a messy job. I hate cutting them and putting them in there. I waited and then I cut them. Oh well. It'll be fine. Now, this is not enough dirt. I know that. But I feel like I don't want too much in there. I don't know. It's not dirt. Soilless. Soilless dirt. Soilless substrate, whatever we want to call it. My dogs are outside. Missy's telling me that it is time to let her in. Our neighbors are moving and I love their dogs. They're so good for my dogs, even though my dogs don't know that they're good for them. And such wonderful ladies that live there. And it makes me sad that they're moving. I hate that. I have a hard time with change the older I get. All right, I think that's good enough. I will probably have to add more dirt later. That usually happens when things settle. So I'm gonna go water this real quick. Outside, hose it down, and then I'm not going to put fertilizer in it until it's watering time next week because I fertilized it yesterday. All right, guys, we are done. Forgot to use my cinnamon. I don't think it'll matter. So this is what she looks like. She's very heavy. I soaked her big time. So what I plan on doing here is I am going to put her in the bathtub. I have a big, tall metal pot holder in there for my longleaf plants. And I like putting plants like this in there that only have a draining hole. So we're gonna sit there for most of the day and let her drain out. And we'll just see what time tells. I'm hoping what we find is that the leaves get greener and healthier looking than what we had. And I hope that my suspicion was right around the coco-coir, but if not, I think I'll still like her better this way. I did not like her before in that setup, so as you know. And yeah, we'll see. So that is it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends if you have any plant friends. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you always for leaving comments and for just building a friendship with me and our mutual hobby, plants. So have a great day and happy Labor Day, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.